Respect about just in general operations, that doesn't include public.
Okay, it's 10 o'clock, but we'll go ahead and start our weekly Golden Bridge meeting. Wants to start? David?
Yeah, I have two conditional acceptances for the improvements and one of them in Badger Creek, Division 1. And that subdivision is located east of the new school there on 49th North. And the other one is Freedom Acres, Division 3, Phase 3. That one is at the North Beaches Corner, where Freedom Acres is.
Oh. That's to deal with the roads.
Yes, improvements in those subdivisions.
I make a motion to approve or to conditionally accept the roads in Badger Creek Division number 1 with stipulations outlined in the letter of October 7th.
All in favor? Aye.
And I'll also make a motion to conditionally accept the roads in Freedom Acres Division number 3, Phase 3 as outlined with conditions of the letter of October 7th, 2020.
Okay, second that. Favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I received a call from an attorney I know who's retired to tell me how very, very pleased he is with the pathways on East 21st Street.
Oh, very good.
And I told him I was fairly sure they were not the county's. He insisted they were. Lance confirmed that Ammon paid for them. So.
Well, thank you.
Good job.
Appreciate that feedback and if you see them again, you can let them know those were grant funded.
Is that right along 21st Street?
Took us 2 grants to do it. But they were no match grants, which we really like.
Yeah.
And all from the state. That was all state money.
It sounded like he had ridden his bike along them and lived somewhere where he was hoping they would get some more. He was convinced those pathways would save lives.
He lives off 60th.
Oh, he does.
Yeah, what's his name? Like,
Mike the Thread.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I know where he lives.
Yeah. That pathway already gets a lot of use. I'm really happy with it.
Okay, who's next?
Just some updates on Bear Creek. They have done some excavation work preparatory to the mats. They haven't got any of the mats yet. They're hoping to get them late this week. Once they get them, they can be going pretty much 24/7, they say. They are informing us that it's gonna take roughly 1 week after they get all the mats there to build the wall. We'll be keeping a close eye on that, so
And they're keeping their fingers crossed for the weather.
yes,
Yeah.
definitely keeping their fingers crossed.
So the engineering got accepted for that.
The engineering has been accepted on it and they're putting together the information or the welded wire mats and they're gonna ship them out this week. Hopefully they'll be there by Thursday or Friday.
Good.
And then also an update, Iola Road, it is due to start on the 13th. There's not gonna be a whole lot on the 13th, but by the 15th, they're going to be hoping to demolition at least Little Sand Creek. And then after they demolition that, moving after the water kind of sinks down and dries out to do Sand Creek and start working on that project. That is coming up very quick.
The notification went out, I think, on the website and
Facebook probably, that construction was.
And there was some other information I sent yesterday that
Yeah, so notification went out and then I put out notification this morning, based on volume from yesterday of detour routes of how to get to Discovery Elementary during the construction. I tagged Bonneville School District 93 in that post so the parents would see it, the Fall District 93 also. So hopefully we get some positive feedback with that. We've got quite a few messages that I've responded to on Facebook also.
Okay, good.
it's not gonna be convenient to do it. People in Calico Sky with the limited in and out resources they have, it's gonna be a struggle for them.
And how long is it supposed to last?
The construction itself will last probably through next June or July.
And will closures be that long?
The closures,
The detour?
the detours will last most of that long. They'll be able to have some local traffic after they get the bridges done, but the bridges probably won't be in and done until, March, April. So
And they can do the work over the winter?
they have to do the work over the winter on the canals especially. But they can do a lot of the other dirt work and stuff over the winter as well.
It's the same company that did the bridges in the west side.
No, well, so it is the same company doing the bridges themselves, but they're a subcontractor to HK Contracting who's doing the road project.
Because we had quite a few delays on that.
We had some delays with getting the girders. Those girders have evidently already been pre-processed and ordered, and so hopefully we will not have those delays.
And I imagine just from feedback, we're probably gonna get a lot of complaints from the public about the whole road being closed and the challenge it is to get in and out of the elementary school. I actually talked to a few people from the school district yesterday that had received complaints, and I just basically told them, what we have to remember and focus on with people is we've had people from the school district in that area asking us for years to do this project because of the safety of the kids getting to school and not having sidewalks. And there's been a lot of mixed, but that's just what I've tried to focus on with people is, yes, we know this is inconvenient for a short time, but in the long run, the safety is going to greatly increase for the students that walk to and from school.
Yeah.
It's a both and situation.
Yeah.
It's inconvenient and it's needed.
Yeah.
And it has been, I mean, I tried to get a grant 6 years ago through the TAP program to just get sidewalks. And, that failed, but I've been hearing about the need for sidewalks along Iona Road for as long as I've been here in the county, so.
Okay.
I think that's all we have.
And then the transfer station closes on the 14th
I believe so, yeah.
also. Okay, I'm gonna post that again too. I was just kind of getting the school stuff done. I'll probably post that closer to the end of the week, so.
And they have had a reader board at the transfer station announcing that for at least a couple of weeks now.
Okay.
Hey. Micah, do you have anything for us?
I do have a couple items, I guess. First though, do we know how long the transfer station will be closed?
5 weeks, I don't think so.
At least, 3 weeks. I think that's, I don't remember the
It's out
exact
5 weeks.
Right.
Set their expectations.
I can look at the exact date for you.
So just an update from us. We, thought the county might be interested to know our snow removal policy, like when we plow and when we don't plow. It's been a couple years since we've talked about it. And, this is the time of year when we make any changes to our snow removal policy. And we're not making any changes this year, so we're keeping the same policy that we had last year. And Ammon's policy is that when the National Weather Service predicts a 2-inch snowfall or greater, then that is considered what we call a snow event. And that's most important for parking. And so during a snow event in Hammond, nobody's allowed to park on public streets. They can park on streets outside of the snow event, but if that prediction is 2 inches or more, then all vehicles have to be removed. And then we plow when we have an accumulation of 2 inches or more. And so there's really two things going on there. The first is triggering the parking policy, and the second is when our plows are actually out. And that 2 inches or more policy, that's plowing in neighborhoods. We actually will plow every day in the winter, or sand or salt or whatever, but that's limited to arterials only. So that's Ammon Road, 21st, et cetera, 49th. But then in the subdivisions, we only plow when it's 2 inches or more. So we get a lot of calls from folks in county subdivisions. I'm sure you get a lot of calls from folks in Ammon that are calling about their own subdivisions. And so feel free to pass that along. One thing that we always say every year is we begin with the higher trafficked roads, the arterials, and then the principals and the collectors, and then the residential. And if you're on a cul-de-sac, you will be plowed last. They are the very last roads to get plowed. And that's mostly what we follow every winter. However, if we get a big snowstorm over the weekend, we can't get the plows on the weekend, then we will plow according to the garbage route. And so whoever's trash is getting picked up first on Monday morning, their roads are going to get plowed first, even if they might be minor neighborhood roads, residential roads, because we do not want to get trash truck stuck. So that's a high priority for us.
Okay.
So any questions on that?
You don't do zones like the false things?
We do have zones, and the zones are really meant to organize the staff more than anything else, assigning out who's plowing what zones. And it's still at a manageable size where we can plow the entire city in one day. And so we do have our zones. We separated out by zones, but that's more about manpower and resources.
Thank you.
How long does it take the county to do a full storm typically?
A week?
Yeah.
So. Yeah, we can't do all of it in one day.
We got a new benchmark now, though. One day.
And that's pushing
People more quickly.
the last few years. That's
We
been tough.
just don't plow in the winter, right?
Yeah.
Some roads we do close in the winter time.
We have 9, if you're curious, you guys probably interested in this, but we've got 9 pieces of equipment for snow removal.
Wow.
We wish we had a couple more graders. That'd really help. But that's 9, that's all sorts of stuff, plows. And I think we have 2 graders and then a couple of little V plows. So. The other thing from Hammond is this might not affect the county at all, but might affect you if you're heading to the movies. We're going to be close to Eagle Drive behind the movie theater beginning tomorrow. And it's because we've got a subdivision, a small little townhouse subdivision going to that vacant parking lot that's behind the movie theater across the street. There used to be a little drink shack there, and it's just a wide open asphalt parking lot now. That whole parking lot's going away, and they're building, I think it's 50 to 60 townhomes in that parking lot. And so we actually really like that spot for that type of development. It's a great spot for it.
Explain it.
But that's perfect. I mean, someone could live there and barely need a car
Yeah.
because they could
No,
walk.
that's just completely, well, never mind.
So
I'll save the sarcasm.
that's all I have. Any questions for Adam?
Wait, do you have stuff for the city?
No, the only thing there's just one item I have, it's just that salvage yards, I brought that up, is going to city council this Thursday to amend our code to allow for salvage yards. Because we have some adjacent properties to us on the north side. P and Z sent it through with a positive recommendation to city council, so yeah, there's just that item, and then I'll be before you, I believe it's
next week when I come to present about an IFRA item for an intergovernmental agreement for the Riverside Urban Renewal District, which is on the west side of the river, the Ball properties over there. But yeah, I don't have anything else besides those two things.
And the Wade has already sent all the IFR stuff and that's already in your packets for next week. I sent that on to Ashley, so you already have that whenever you want to look at it.
And I'll be there with it's kind of odd with IFRA, we have a separate legal counsel with them. And so the Megan Conrad is who that is. She'll be here with me as well. So she's really the expert. I just look good and she really knows everything. So I'm just joking.
It is one that's always on video.
Yeah, she's phenomenal. Very,
Who's
very.
this?
Megan Conrad, the legal counsel for IFRA. She's with Edelman Berg, which is out of Boise, but really phenomenal professional, really great ladies. And that's all I have.
The meatpacking plant on Ivory Road opened up again, is that?
Yeah, we had heard that they got bought out. They came to a pre-development meeting to do some additions, but I haven't heard anything more on that. So, yeah,
I
I
think Commissioner Walker mentioned one day that it was starting to smell again up there. I've heard that from others, but
They
they,
have not approached us about getting a new permit to help waste,
okay.
so as far as I know,
Public Works had done some mitigation efforts with them for they had sealed the sewer system coming out. But I haven't heard anything else from them, so.
I've been by it quite a few times in the last couple weeks as it's been operational and I honestly haven't smelled anything. I haven't had a chance to talk to Commissioner Walker about it, but I think there's some improvement for sure. So,
I don't live up on that side of town, so I just hear about it, but I don't know.
well, I used to smell it every day on my way home and I haven't done that in about 6 months, so we'll see as it gets cold if that holds through. But
I know they had worked really closely with Public Works on some mitigation. Chris Frederickson said they were coming along, so that was awesome.
Yeah, he just mentioned that last week, I think. Okay. Anybody else have anything or anything online? Any attendees? Okay,
Thanks.
pretty simple. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. It's been a while. Your kids in the